Oh, you should. Alright, here we go. Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to, it's the 1 year anniversary of the weekly rant. Actually, it's kind of crazy to say that I've been doing this for a year now every week. What am I doing with my life? But anyways, going on from that, I think we have a pretty good show planned out for today. First off, I got Melmoth, who is actually one of the founding members of Gfinity. He's going to come on to kind of, to talk about Gfinity, kind of hush some of the rumors going around about it. Some people are angry about the secrecy. I know I myself am a little disgruntled about all the secrecy going on, and some things seem to have changed. I know I had them on for a little 45-minute episode a month or so ago when they first announced it around that time, and they did say that it would be open to spectators, but now it seems like there's only going to be a certain amount of spectators that are actually invited. It's not open to the public. It's just invited spectators. I don't know, maybe they're doing some kind of competition or something like that. I don't even know what's going on with it. So he's coming on to talk about that. And then if you guys didn't hear about it already, which I'm sure most of you did, the damn video guy, I think his video has almost 100,000 views. I don't know how much the actual video of the bowling video had, but it was on the front page of Reddit for a while. It went viral about those kids bowling that 10-year-old, making him think he was in the phase, and then I just don't know how you could do that for 10 straight minutes, just straight making this kid feel like shit. But they did it. It went viral. Keemstar made a video about it, actually showing a different side of him. He was actually really nice in this video, and almost
drama alert.
It wasn't even drama alert. Keemstar is a heart, drama alert, right there. But he's gonna come on after that to talk about that and whatever else we decide to talk about. And also at the end of the show tonight, actually I did say it, so I might as well do it. I'm gonna be giving this away.
What is it?
It's an Elgato. I'm gonna give an Elgato away. So tweet the stream out. I would like to have a decent amount of viewers in here to give away an Elgato. It is a $200 device, and I don't want to give it away to I want everybody to have a chance. So tweet the stream out. We got a good show, but first off, I want to start this off, just a little talky talk right now with Spamantha, Where, you're in Chicago now, right?
I am in Chicago now.
Are you staying with Emily Kate? Where are you at? Where are you at?
Emily's apartment.
Alright, that's what I thought. So you two girls are living together. I got it.
We are. It's actually been really fun so far. It's funny. It was a good idea to
well, it's a good idea so far. Okay, it's only been a couple days. Alright.
Well,
believe me, I had that experience once. I was good friends with someone.
We've driven 60 hours together. That doesn't
count. That doesn't count. I was good friends with someone. We moved in together. We ended up hating each other after a month. I'm just saying it happens.
Fine.
I know it doesn't work the same with everybody though. But no. How far away are you guys from the Optic House?
5 minutes.
What?
60 cents away.
Really?
Yeah, about 5 to 10.
5 minutes from the Optic House.
They live in a nice part of town. They have billion-dollar houses surrounding this house.
Billion-dollar houses, really? I think you might make millions.
No, Will showed me this.
Billion?
$1 billion altogether. Okay, so we were driving. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
I'm just
so we were driving
smart-ass.
down. Will was showing me all these houses, and we passed by this bright pink mansion. And by mansion, I mean it had the regular door, and then it had separate side doors because this place was so big. If you didn't want to walk all the way to the main door, you could just go into the side door. But it was bright pink, so we named it Frico's house.
Frico House. They're setting up shop right next to you guys. All I know is that it was insane yesterday. The Optic House went operational. It was a go, and they took Twitch by storm. I don't know how. I actually haven't gotten the chance to check today, but how many viewers are they getting today? I know yesterday they collectively were 28,000, and that's awesome. It's about the same today too.
About the same, and they went out to go get something to eat for a little bit, so they lost a few viewers.
Wait, they kept the stream going?
They're about 20,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they kept the stream going while they went to go get something.
Oh, they really did?
Like,
oh
yeah,
my
still
god.
had like 17,000 viewers.
That's crazy. That's awesome though. I mean, I know I made the tweet today. I was like, when is Optic streaming again? Because I want COD to be relevant on Twitch. Like that's the main thing. Like we're beating out StarCraft 2 and Dota and all those other games right now. The only game we're not beating out is League of Legends, and that's what I want to see. I want League of Legends like says a steady 70,000 plus. But honestly, it's awesome to see that. And also the awesome news today about Microsoft finally changing their policies from all the pressure they got from consumers, and which is great. I mean, the console no longer has to connect to the internet every 24 hours. I mean, you can play offline games on it, so that's great news for us. That's great news for us as esports enthusiasts, because now we have no issues, no worries about the whole LAN situation, as now the Xbox doesn't have to be connected to the internet. Still the whole Connect thing, though, but I can work around that now that we don't have to connect to the internet. Also, the whole used games thing. It's back to how it is right now. It's going to be exactly the same, no changes. I don't know, maybe they'll try to incorporate changes in the future, but as of right now it's the same. So they're kind of sticking it back to PlayStation in a way, which is kind of funny. I like it. I'm an Xbox fanboy. I prefer Xbox over PlayStation. I'll say it right now. So yes, I'm happy. But with that being said, I'm going to bring in Melmoth. We're going to talk some Gfinity, and then Keemstar is going to come in later to talk about the whole bullying thing. And we'll go from there. I'm sure Keem has a lot of stuff to say, and I'm sure I'll think of stuff, and you guys will think of stuff to say and talk about when he comes on. So, but right now, guys, if you have questions about Gfinity that you're not sure of and you want answered, please tweet hashtag TheWRant. And it'll be in the Twitter feed. I'll be going off the Twitter feed to answer the questions because it is easier for me to read through instead of the chat. It's just not possible. Wait, oh yeah, he has a damn 3.
Miss Violence just got to level 40 in Neverwinter.
You're playing it right now? Oh my god. Yeah. I'm only like a level 14. I'm never gonna catch up.
He said he wants a mount, Miss Violence.
No, I need a mount. She's telling me I need the mount at level 20. I need a mount. I need a mount for MLG Anaheim. No, I'm not gonna go there. Is Melmoth here? Melmoth.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not bad. How's yourself?
You know, good. 1 year anniversary of the Weekly Rant, man. 1 year.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, we're here to talk Gfinity.
Yes, indeed, yeah. So we obviously listened to your show on Monday, and it was a great show.
You listened to the show. Monday's a new direction I'm taking. I think you might have...
Frank?
Yeah, did you listen to the Monday one or the Sunday one? Because the Sunday one is the one we talked about Gfinity. I didn't really talk about Gfinity on Monday. I think
it must have been Sunday then, yeah.
It must have been the Sunday one, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, there are questions out there, because I remember... Well, first off, I want to start off with the rule set. You guys went with Deserto, and what made you guys go with that rule set? Is it because it's 6 and 4 EU majority teams there, or did that have something to go into it?
We tried to make the best of both worlds. Obviously, we did go with the Deserto rules. We went with MOG maps, and it's just for us. We agree with certain things like sentry guns being banned because at the COD Championships, I don't know if you guys followed the European qualifiers, but there were certain games, say, for teams in the final and capture the flag on certain maps where overtime was played. They got a good capture in the first 30-40 seconds. Second round started, they put up sentry guns, protected it from grenades, etc., and the game was pretty much dead. So we did it purely because we agree with that. The shotgun issue, we're not really fussed either way, but we didn't want to create our own rule set, so we thought by going with the Deserto rules but using MOG maps, at least the American players don't have to re-practice tactics on different maps. They can focus on the maps they know, but with these extra restrictions. I think ultimately there's not going to be a right or wrong decision with rule sets. If we went with the MOG rule set, the Europeans would complain. If we went with the European rule set, the Americans would complain.
Well, no, I was actually talking about this morning a little bit, universal rule sets, and how we actually, in my opinion, I think that we need a universal rule set so that Call of Duty can officially be a global game.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I actually approached the likes of Deserto, the likes of EGL. I approached quite a lot of bodies before this Call of Duty came out and said, here's a perfect opportunity to do this. But for whatever reason, certain people don't want to work together, and I think that is a shame. But yeah, I certainly agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge hindrance on the growth of this game, and it will be in the next year or so, especially with the new title coming out, the new console coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, champs, and then we got you guys. I know we talked about it a little bit when you were on here last, but weren't you guys saying that you were planning on actually going international with Gfinity? Is that something that's down the line?
Yes, we don't want to give too much away until this first event's out of the way, because that's our pure focus. But yes, we do certainly have plans for the future, which will come out in due course.
Well, then if you guys, because you guys will essentially be the first international event if you guys do take that, because MLG's NA, Deserto is EU with EGL, which I think is essentially done. You got ESL, you got I-Series, you got DreamHack now. You got all those, but I mean, we need some international event company organization to make their own rule set and kind of make it the universal rule set for Call of Duty. And with you guys being international, is there any plans to making a Gfinity rule set? Like, not trying to make hybrids, but actually make your own rule set?
I've been in esports a long time, since the days of Quake World, and I feel whenever an association tries to become the de facto rule set or governing body, it never works well. Ideally, we need to have what happens in the PC world and we work together. People need to put the community first and prove they love esports, rather than actually just being about self-gain, which I think we have a lot of people in this console scene specifically. We have a lot of great people. We have a lot of people who are clearly out for self-gain.
Oh yeah, mostly everybody. There's a select few that are actually here for the growth of the community and not just for themselves. But I think that's something that needs to be kind of planned out here, at least by the time Call of Duty Ghosts comes out, so that the growth can continue with the universal rule set. I mean, we were so close to it around Christmas last year.
Yeah, indeed. I thought we were finally there.
Oh, we were so close, man. So close, and then a thread that I will not mention anymore kind of set us back to the Stone Ages, so to speak. But, you know, it is what it is. It happens. Hopefully we can do better next title. I mean, Lord knows we have a new title every year, so maybe we'll get it right one of these times. So, but going on from that, the whole spectator thing, what's going on with that now?
So the spectator thing, we did indeed the last time we were on said there would be spectators, and there will be spectators. Perhaps we definitely should have elaborated last time. We will have spectators, but the venue is always going to be limited in numbers.
Okay.
So we can't bring 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people in, but we can bring in a certain amount of people and give them a great show. As we said to begin with, the philosophy for this event, when it is our first event, regardless of the fact that I run the WGL, I did I-Series, etc., we want to make a statement. And by focusing on a few teams and a few people attending the event, we can really deliver the product, fine-tune our product, and then take it further. If we were to come with a big dusty hall, have 5,000 people in here, have poor production, that would just be another event and no one would have any faith in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think on the last show you essentially said that anybody around the London area would be able to participate and come spectate, but it seems like you guys are making it a very VIP sort of arena where only a select few will get to see it. Which,
it's not necessarily a select few, and it's not necessarily VIP. It's simply down to the limitations of the venue. We're reaching out to a lot of the community members in the UK who should be there and across Europe. These discussions are going on behind closed doors, and we will have everyone who should be there from our community will be there, and on top of that, as many spectators as we can get to the venue, we will get to the venue, but we're ultimately limited by capacity.
Alright. The next thing I want to go into is the whole groupings. Now it's 5 in each group. How did you guys decide who went into each group?
So ultimately, what it breaks down to, and the starting point for the groups, is we needed to have 2 European teams per group, 2 UK teams, per group, 2 North American teams per group, and 1 mainland European team by group. So would you agree with that principle?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a starting point. From then, we went with the obvious one of we drew the two mainland European teams out of a hat. They went in one group, another team went in the other group. We then did the same with the British teams and the American teams, and that is simply how it came out.
Okay,
Now,
so it was
I
all out of a
understand-
hat. All right, I
all
got
out
you.
of a hat.
All right.
Now, I
All right.
also
Okay.
understand the view of people wanting to see Impact and Envy play in the final, and I feel there's a people have not understood the groups.
That's still possible.
Because they've ended up in the groups, they will both meet in the final if they make it out the groups in spot 1 or 2, which I'm sure we can all agree, out with a major upset, they should be in the top 2 of their group. So not only will the viewing public get to see them in the group game, we'll also hopefully, if they do well in the knockouts, because once you get to knockouts, anything can happen, but if they make it to knockouts, there's nothing stopping them from taking part in the final.
And all of these are best of 5s, even the round robin.
All is best of 5. There's no continuation. Now the reason for that is we're trying to take esports again to the mainstream. We have a lot of mainstream media coming along, a lot of mainstream sports personalities, and as we must know in our community, double elimination makes perfect sense to us. But when you try and explain that to sports stars, they're like, "Well, why is he getting a second chance?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's also. I mean, it all ties into the schedule too, because aren't you guys running multiple streams? And
Yes.
you're ultimately supposed to be or I guess you are streaming every single match, aren't you?
Indeed, the schedule and fixture list is up there, so people can actually watch their games. On the Saturday, we're doing 4 streams. Obviously, 2 of them is League of Legends, but 2 is Call of Duty. So every single game will be casted, and every single game people will be able to spectate on Twitch. We'll be announcing details of that this week. And then on the Sunday, it's your typical knockout day. So every game gets played back to back.
Wow. I mean, that just seems crazy. Just the schedule alone, because you're going to be essentially streaming every game. And I mean, the groups are round robin, right? You got to play each team in the group to come out of it. So I'm doing the math in my head right now. Like, you are gonna be crazy because it's best of 5, and with all the teams there, they're all high caliber teams. I see a lot of those games coming down to the final game, Game 5, S&D, which I'm assuming it will be. It's what it normally is.
But
So
ultimately, also, if you compare this to an MLG, each team's only playing 4 games each on the Saturday. It's not a great amount of games. We've got 2 dedicated stations. There's only 10 games per station. And 10 games in one day per station, and when I say station, that's obviously 8 Xboxes. 10 games is not a lot to get through in one day.
wow. Yeah. Oh man. That's 10 hours though. I mean, do you have like an hour slot for each game?
Indeed. And we've got breaks, we've got warm-ups, we're feeding all the teams, we're supplying drinks for all the teams.
Wow.
There is a slight issue where, for example, one of the teams play one of the first games of the day, and then the same team then plays the second last game of the day. Now that isn't great because they're having to be there all day. But the issue is, if we didn't do that, then it means a certain team would have to play, or any team in particular, one team would have to play back to back, which isn't really fair. So the way we have it is every team plays a game, then they get like an hour break, they play again, and between time they'll have unlimited drinks, food. They'll be able to feel like movie stars. We've got a studio set up, sports stars rather than movie stars. We've got a studio set up, so we're going full scale production, and yes, it is quite a technical show we're trying to put on, but hopefully we're going to deliver a vision for esports for the future.
All right.
No,
I'm excited.
You must feel your frustration when you tune into an event and due to some scheduling, there's a predetermined schedule list that's set up by a producer, you end up missing your big game because there's another game already on. This is the first time ever you'll be able to actually, at the start of the day, or go to our website right now and say, right, I want to watch, at 9 o'clock, I want to watch this game, at 10 o'clock, I'm going to watch this game. You can plan your day around our entire event.
That's interesting. What's the situation with soundproof booths or sound dampening booths or whatever you want to call it? Are you guys going to have those at Gfinity?
So we have noise cancellation setups in our. We've got an acoustic theatre room. Again, one of the bonuses of having smaller numbers is the soundproofing. We don't have to have a dedicated hardcore 4-inch booth wall, but we'll have soundproof headsets. The acoustic setup means the sound will not hit the stage and it will not have any sound issue. But going forward, our view, of course, is to use sound booths.
Okay, so I mean, are players going to have to bring earbuds to play, or are they going to be able to use their headset?
We're providing everything.
Okay.
You're providing the headset that they'll wear on stage?
Indeed. If they feel they need to wear one, which we're quite confident they won't. But if they decide they wanted to wear them as well, then they can wear them on top of their headsets, or their earbuds and them as well. Whatever setup they would like to go with, we're providing.
Okay. I just as long as that was the next question. I was like, are you forcing them to wear
Right.
these headsets, or because
No,
I
we're
know
not.
a lot of people get maybe a little disgruntled about that.
No, I've been down the road of headset sponsorship before. I mean, every single person has to wear a headset in a specific brand, and it doesn't work. I'm sure I don't have to explain that situation to you guys, because we all know how that ends.
Yeah, I know. I just remember going back to MLG Dallas, man. Those earbuds were terrible. That was a terrible experience all around.
I think
really
ultimately
was.
for MLG, it's a not a great comparison, simply because MLG is in a big hall with thousands of people, which brings a whole new level of noise problems.
Yeah. All right. You got any more questions, Sam? I pretty much answered
I'm
everything.
just like really excited to see this event pan out.
it's definitely gonna be interesting.
Especially coming up with, you have MLG coming up where, you know, you have sentry guns available, and the other streaks that are banned on Deserto, and they're going to be going, what, Gfinity is how many days after that? And they're going to have to play with a
yeah.
Couple
different
weeks,
rule
2
set.
weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just really excited to see how it pans out to where.
Well, I mean, the
you know,
rule set isn't that different. I mean,
No, but
shotguns are
you have
banned, I
streaks.
believe. LMGs are banned.
Yeah.
Sentries are banned.
Yeah.
Shotguns.
MMS is banned,
Shotguns
right?
banned.
You have MMS banned.
I don't believe we do, actually.
You don't have MMS banned.
Let me just double check that
Uh-oh.
before I say something I shouldn't. I'm looking at the rule set. I can give you a link to the rule set just now. 2 seconds.
Predictions. Who's going to win? Gfinity.
I wouldn't like to predict, since I obviously.
I don't ever
MMS
since
is banned. Sorry, MMS.
ever
Okay.
since I got roasted by Hex at MLG Dallas about doing predictions, I no longer do predictions. Last thing I
Yeah.
need is him roasting me. I don't need that. I don't need that on my conscience.
As a European, I would like to see a European team do well.
Yeah, the only way.
Yeah.
The only way I can do predictions is if I predict Optic winning, so I'm going Optic first, and Envy second, and Impact
So Envy
third.
first. Is what you're saying.
I mean, just flip it around, okay? Flip it around. It's a mirror image of what I really think, okay? How about that?
I think also one thing I'd like to bring up is, the other day on your show, someone said that what's the point in the group stages? The point in the group stages is, come the end of Saturday night, if a team drops a game, they could be going home. We could have a face-off between two of the biggest teams,
No.
and if they lose that game at 10 o'clock at night, they're off home. That is high pressure quality gaming from the start. The Saturday does mean something. If you lose your first game because you're hungover, or you're sleepy, or you've got nerves, or whatever that reason is, that could be the end of your tournament right there.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm excited to see it. And
I'm
from
hoping
afar.
I'm hoping that all the teams show up. I'm hoping there's a lot of factors that go into this other than just the stream, and that, I mean, you got to rely on all these teams to show up, especially
Indeed,
all the
and
NA
we've-
teams and all the.
I think that's one thing we've tried to do as well. We've tried to deliver professionalism to esports. So, for example, we've paid the entire prize fund into a holding escrow account. We've already paid the prize fund out. That'll be paid out within 24 hours after the tournament. We want to bring confidence back, because we're all acutely aware of people who take 2, 3 years, 7 months, 9 months, whatever it is, to not pay prize money out. We want to get rid of that. If this is supposed to be a professional, competitive sport, it needs to be treated in such a manner. And to go along with that, we've had every single team who's attending our event has signed an agreement. So we know every single team's coming. We've taken care of all these single issues. We've currently been out traveling Europe, filming all the teams, doing interviews, getting content. We're actually off to America in the next few days to film the American teams. We're really wanting to raise the standard of what can be done with esports, because we all know the reason the three of us are sitting here right now all across the world is because we love esports. And the figures out there says millions and millions of people love esports.
Someone in the chat wanted to know if you will allow trash talk.
We will have the players signing terms of agreements. We are going to have a yellow, red card system, similar to, I believe, what MOG have. We're not going to
Similar
clamp
to
down.
football. Does MLG have a yellow red card system? They don't
They
have
have
that.
a.
They have a. They have like what do they call it? A technical.
So,
Technical,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what they call it.
technical.
Over here, we'd call that a yellow-red card system.
Okay.
I think
You guys in your football.
Yes, indeed, yes. The football
You guys
analogy,
in your
yeah.
football.
But yeah, I think
man.
one of the main things about esports again is the personalities are what makes it really special. We can't be blocking the personalities, but equally, people standing up and just saying derogatory insults that are not witty but just personally insulting, that needs to stop. I'm sure you guys saw what happened with the COD Championships over in Europe, with the backlash of the article that was done in Eurogamer.
You Europeans are grade A trash talkers. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
You guys are not afraid. I mean, it's different over there. Even just like your regular speech is very vulgar. It's a lot more vulgar than it is over here. I'm just saying, you got words over there that you say normally that us guys over here would get punched in the face for. So I'm just saying.
I wouldn't like to comment on that, but yes, we're certainly wanting to find the balance between not so much cleaning up esports, but at least finding the level where is enjoyable to everyone and doesn't offend anyone and put anyone off watching esports.
All right. That's interesting. I mean, as long as so just nothing personal really, but you can still be like I mean, can you say like like you suck or something like that? Like, I don't know. I guess there's gonna be a fine line, and it's something that's gonna have to be decided right on the spot. I guess I don't know because even
we're devising rules and the do's and don'ts, if you want to put it in that way, that every player will have to sign, similar to what Activision did for the COD Championships, which I thought was a great standard.
I just know it seemed like, I mean, I know before COD Champs they were like, oh, we're going to be strict on trash talk, this, that, and I mean, I heard some crazy stuff at COD Champs and they really didn't do anything about it, so I'm just wondering how strict it'll actually be once it gets to game time.
We've got a system that we're going to introduce that I think everybody will like. It'll actually add some excitement to the spectators at home as well, but we'll take the covers off of that in due course once all the terms and conditions are perfect.
Okay, and let's talk about a little stream production. Like, stream production wise, is it going to be from MLG to COD Champs? Where is it going to be?
Our aim is COD Champs and then some. Now that's a bold statement, but we're going to have there.
COD Champs and then some.
COD Champs and then some.
I'm sure you've seen our lineup. We've got Justine coming, we've got Acebek, we've got Puckett, we've got Fwiz, we've got Hastro, we've got Pankey, we've got Optimus Tom, we've got Bricey, Tunny, Rel, Gooch, Benson. We've put together one of the best lineups esports has ever seen, particularly in Europe. We've also got the likes of Acebek, we've got a few MCs coming in. Our plan is to have all 4 streams never have dead air. All 4 streams will have access to the studio. We want to make it that when you tune in, it's a show. You don't want to be stuck looking at a screen or hearing white noise. Now, obviously, this is bold talk, and it could end up with egg in our face, but if we pull it off, and we believe we will, hopefully it will deliver a level of production that, again, takes everything forward. And I personally think Activision didn't do COD Championships to basically say, we're going to be the pinnacle of esports. They're doing that purely to show you what can be done, to inspire the likes of
give you guys a framework, give everybody a framework or something like that to kind of build off of for what can be done for Call of Duty esports in the future. I like it. I'm excited now. I wish I was going to Gfinity. I don't think I'll be able to attend that, but man, it sounds awesome. Sounds like you guys got your work cut out for you though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, we do indeed. I would agree with that.
It's gonna be. I'm hoping for the best, definitely. I mean, you got 10 of the top teams in the world going there. 10 of the top teams. I mean, it's not like COD Champs where you had basically all the top NA teams go, and then all the EU teams are basically just pickup teams because everybody had to mix and match and all that stuff. No, this is 10 of the top teams. They're full teams there, so I think this will be the showcase of Call of Duty esports. I think this will be the first one actually. I don't consider COD Champs really a showcase for the cream of the crop of Call of Duty esports. It was basically just a pub run.
I think the only 2 teams we are missing is Freako All Stars and Epsilon, but unfortunately in the UK you have to be 18 plus to play Call of Duty. It's not 17 like it is over your side of the pond.
That is unfortunate that Epsilon won't be in there.
So yeah, those 2 teams would have been great to add to the lineup. But yeah, hopefully outside of those 2 teams we have got it right, I think.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good event. It's gonna be great. It does suck that Epsilon's not there because right now Epsilon is probably considered the top EU team. I think I'm pretty sure they are.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed they are. They are indeed. Yeah.
So, but
And
I mean they'll be in
Anaheim.
Anaheim. They'll be in Anaheim.
Yeah, indeed. So we'll see how they do.
Dude, Ego, I love COD Champs. Dude. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't a showcase of the cream of the crop of Call of Duty. It was a showcase of the cream of the crop of NA. Okay, that's
Yes.
what it was. It was a showcase for the cream of the crop of MA. That's it. Like, EU kind of got screwed out by COD Champs. I'm not gonna lie. That's all I'm saying, Ego.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ego. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I still love you, boy. I still love you. Okay. But no, COD Champs was a great time, dude. It was awesome. I mean, flown out there, hotel, put you up in a hotel the whole weekend. It was great. I can't wait for next year.
Yeah, it should be very good next year.
And for the future of Gfinity after
Yeah.
London. Seems like
Yeah.
you guys have a lot of stuff planned, so.
Yeah. Again, I know you'll probably hate us for being secretive, but this isn't us being secretive. It's purely we're less than 4 weeks away from this
Yeah.
event. We've got
Yeah.
enough to deal with really than worrying about announcing anything else for the time being.
No. All right. Well, right now I'm essentially out of questions. Samantha,
Yeah.
if you have anything, you can ask. I think we're essentially out. If there's
I
anything,
think everything I wanted to ask was already
yeah,
talked about.
yeah, we've talked about pretty much everything that he's allowed to talk to and will talk
Yeah.
to. But if there's any questions that you guys have in the
Just willing
chat,
to say,
If you want to ask any questions, by all means ask away. There's nothing I'm unwilling to.
oh no, I mean I'm satisfied right now. It's if the chat is satisfied. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions real quick. Just put them in the chat. I'm actually reading the chat right now, so put them in there, and I will read it off as they come. If not, I will get Keemstar in here. Will Gfinity be directly challenging EGL or sticking to invite-only events?
We're not out to directly challenge anyone. We're not out to take over the esports team. We're here to work alongside other competitors because ultimately, for the team's point of view, and let's be honest, esports is about the teams. And for those teams, you need more than one event. If we're dependent on one event and that one event doesn't pay out or goes bankrupt, then the teams get set back years. I've been in esports for 15 years and it's happened quite a few times. Like CPL, your side of the pond, was huge, probably bigger than quite a lot of things we have going now outside maybe MLG, but then they ran into financial difficulties and esports itself was set back 2 or 3 years. So yes, we're not here to compete with anyone. We think working together as a community, like the universal rule set, will only benefit everyone in the long run.
I guess there might be some press person. And he said, when are Gfinity answering press applications?
Press applications, we have a lot, and we're going to start going through the back catalogue towards the end of this week. But don't worry, no press application that's come in has been forgotten. It's purely about a case of getting around to getting them sorted out.
What's this podcast about? Well, let me tell you, obviously ignored. This podcast is all about Call of Duty, baby. Call of Duty esports, that's all it's about. Come here every Wednesday to figure out what's going on in the community. It's about all the current events and everything. Will they hold NA tourneys in the future if it expands in the future? Well, that's something that I'm sure they're possibly planning on doing. They are planning on being an international event. We discussed that earlier a bit. I'm sorry if you weren't here for it.
I saw there was a question before about do we have any association with Desert or EGL? We don't. We're an independent body. We're not. We're
really
not.
good.
No comment. But yes, we're not associated with anyone else.
I'll say it.
Will ESN ever cover LoL StarCraft 2? No. Well, I can't say no, possibly, but right now ESN is essentially just solely focused on console esports, and if I have it my way, I'll fight tooth and nail to keep it that. I mean, there are already plenty of coverage outlets for League of Legends and StarCraft 2, and
Yeah.
we don't really need to venture into
There are
that
lots.
because honestly, we started in Call of Duty. Everybody in ESN only knows about Call of Duty, so there's really no reason to venture out as of right now. We are starting to tap into Halo, which I didn't fully agree with, but I'm not the boss over there.
I see some of your questions there about will there be competitions to win Gfinity tickets? There's already competitions ongoing. Just look at our Twitter and you'll find them.
How long
In
ago?
regards, in the last few days, maybe as far back as last Monday they began. In regards to will the players actually get their money on time, as we said earlier, we've already paid the money out So technically, the prize money is already being paid out in full. The players will get that within 24 hours of the event. They have to go to the independent holding accountant, instantly get paid out. As for do we see Gfinity covering more esports titles aside of League of Legends and Call of Duty, we're not writing anything off the table just now, and it's quite likely that we will pick up 1 or 2 more titles.
Good stuff. Alright, people, if you're here for Keemstar, he's going to be on briefly. Please stop spazzing in the chat. Jesus Christ. Damn. Alright, any more questions? I don't see any. Do you see any, Sam? I don't see any.
When will the next Gfinity happen, or is this the only one?
This isn't the only one. Do you guys have a next one scheduled?
We do have a next one in the works, and we'll announce that in due course.
Yeah,
but again, let's see, we just want to get this event done.
They want to get the first one over with.
Yeah.
Right.
Will all Gfinity events be invite only? No, they won't.
Do you plan on hosting bigger events in the next year?
Yeah, they're not all going to be invite only.
Yep.
So yes, I can answer that one. Yes, I feel special. Will Gfinity ever try to be okay? Now we're getting into just stupid questions. I'm sorry I had to say it. We're getting into stupid questions. Well, I think that's going to do it, Melmoth. I appreciate you coming on, man, to kind of, squash some of the stuff going around. Some people were getting a little disgruntled about it. I know I myself was about not knowing a lot of stuff, so.
I fully appreciate the frustrations. Again, all I'd like to repeat is the secrecy is not intentional secrecy. We just don't want to announce things until all the paperwork is done, because otherwise we let people down, and we don't want to do that. The information is now slowly getting put on our webpage. There's already the groups there, the fixtures are there, the rules are now there. The streaming news will be coming out in the next few days. Every information we now have in the next few days and weeks, it's going to be coming out thick and fast. But up until now, yes, it has been slow, and I can appreciate why yourself got frustrated, but it's not been intentional. It's simply been about making sure we got every single bit of paper signed before we went public with anything.
No. Alright, last question. Will Gfinity do listen-ins? I'm sure that's a yes.
Yes.
Yes! Yes! It's obvious questions like that.
Absolutely.
Okay. You do listen-ins and show matches. I'm sure they're going to do listen-ins at a $55,000 event. Yes.
Yes.
Yes! Prize pool, $55K. Location, London. Name of the company, Gfinity. See, this is what we're getting into. Soundproof booths, we discussed that earlier. See, guys, if you showed up to the show when you're supposed to be here, you would know all this. See, now you're making us repeat ourselves, and I don't like doing that. But soundproof booths, I mean, yeah, somewhat like it.
Yes. So like I touched on before, due to the acoustic setup of the room, they're not fully required, not only because there's only going to be 250 people in the room. Again, we don't have the major issues, but we do have noise cancellation solutions ready for every single player and team if they so wish decide that they need them.
Yeah. All right, I think I'm officially done reading the chat. I'm satisfied. If I'm satisfied, then they have to be satisfied, because normally I'm the most unsatisfied person there is. So I appreciate you coming on and taking the time, man.
No problem. Thank you very much for having us on. It was lovely speaking to you both.
Yeah, it was good. It was
and if
good.
you want to keep up to date with all information, just follow Gfinity at Gfinity on Twitter, really.
And also follow Melmoth at Melmoth M3LM0TH. Go do it. Also G8 Warren, G8_Warren. He's the other kind of face of Gfinity out there. Those are the two guys that are being left out to the dry, so to speak, from Gfinity. They're the ones that are the faces. Gotta love being the face of an organization in a community like this, don't you?
Oh, indeed, we get to come on shows like this.
Yeah.
The highlight of my week.
You also get. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, thanks again for coming on. All right, people. I'm gonna get Keemstar in here now. So all the people in here for Keemstar, I see like 1 million Keemstar.
Freak out now.
Yeah, I see 1 million Keemstar Twitch tags. So.
Yeah, I keep.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. Add people to this call.
Fairly intense.
If you guys are wondering what we're going to talk about with Keemstar, it's going to be
10-year-old
about the bullying online. It's going to be good. His video is 100,000 views. It's almost at 100,000, 98,000 something, 98,000 and change, close to 99 right now. Is Keemstar here?
Hello, how are you?
Oh, it's the infamous voice of Keemstar.
that laugh.
And the laugh, yes. All trademarks. What's up, man?
Nothing. Just enjoying the show. You know, I always try to catch the show ever since I met you in Dallas. I've been trying to catch it, and like I see tweets and then I go and it's over. And it's happened to me like 3 times. I remember, like, was it last week? I was like, next time you go live, tell me, tweet at me first so I don't miss it. And then here I am as a guest. So I guess I'm not gonna miss this one.
Nope, you're not missing this one. You're not missing this one. But, I mean, it's interesting because you were originally a Halo guy, and then all of a sudden you sponsor this team, the MLG Dallas Call of Duty team, and then you bring back your drama alert for Call of Duty, though. And that channel has skyrocketed and taken on. I mean, it's a little over 2 months old. It's already got like 34,000 subscribers. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. Well, the thing is that I've never inspired to be a YouTuber or an online personality. You know, I just one day came home from the bar, a little drunk, was talking smack on Halo. This guy recorded me and put it on YouTube, right? And
That's how you started?
Yeah, I wasn't watching YouTube videos thinking, hey, I want to be one of those guys. That's not how it started. I was literally I came home from the bar. This was January of 2009. I came home from the bar. I'm wasted. I'm talking smack. I'm telling people the most outlandish stuff. I don't know what you can say on this show, but
just whatever you want, man. Go for it.
So I told this dude that I was going to bend my mother or his mother over my knee, shave her ass hair, roll it up in a blunt, and make him smoke it. And I just went off saying I was drunk.
How do you remember that, though, first of all? Why do you remember that? That's all I want to know.
Because it's my first video and it has like 200,000 views. And it's,
oh, man. Yo, post a link of that video in the chat if you're in the chat. I want to see that myself.
If you search Keemstar, it's on TheWrant's channel. I'm sure somebody will put it in the chat here.
I'm not gonna find this.
But anyhow, the next day I get on Xbox Live, you know, I come home from work, get on Xbox Live, and I got all these messages. And I would always get a bunch of messages because that's what I did. Like, I played Halo to talk shit to people. That's what it was all about. Like, but it was way more than normal. And I started looking at it, and they're like, I love you, I love you. And then I came across one, seen you on YouTube. And I'm like, what the hell? So I started contacting a couple of my friends. I was like, can you look on YouTube and see if you can find me somewhere? And we find this video. It's got like 20,000 views. And the guys contact me, and they're like, dude, you are hilarious. Will you please make videos with us? We just started this group called the Federation of Asshole Gamers. So that's how it all started. You know? Yeah. And, you know, eventually Halo dies. You know, let's skip a couple years. And Halo Reach comes out. It's the worst game ever. In fact, because of me and the FAG, they created this voice ban in Halo Reach, where if you basically got muted by a bunch of people in a row, they permanently mute you. Yeah, in Halo Reach. So let's say you're in like 3 or 4 lobbies in a row and people mute you, they just permanently mute you and you can no longer talk. No one can hear you unless you're on their friends list. Yeah, so it was horrible. So it killed
your fame. You couldn't make videos anymore.
It wasn't just that. Like, back in the day, like, if you were a Halo player, like, everybody talked trash. Like, it wasn't just me. It was like there was a lot of trash talk going on, and it was kind of like this social you know, environment where you talk smack and you play and try to win. And, you know, they kind of went hand in hand. And then Halo Reach comes out, and it's so not socially friendly. And I think it died because of that.
So people not being allowed to initially just shit on people verbally is not being socially friendly. I think that's kind of funny in a way.
But, I mean, it's true.
No, I know what you're saying. I just find it a little comical that people not being allowed to just verbally abuse people is being antisocial.
Well, you look at Call of Duty, right? It's not really a team-based game as much as it is a more of like a single person, like out on a mission, really.
Yeah.
And before the start of the games, no one's really talking that much smack. People for the most part don't talk at all. In Halo, like, it showed you who your team was instantly, right? And you couldn't like back out and get back in. There was none of that crap. Like in Halo 3, it showed you who your team was. You knew who was on your team, and you had this 30-second time frame to say, those people up there, you're getting murdered, I'm going to beat you, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And it was the greatest thing ever. I don't think we have that in games today.
Well, actually, we have that in League Play. I'm not going to lie. We have that in League Play now, because I know I do that myself. In League Play, you actually get matched up, your teams get matched up, and you have like a brief 15-second window to talk smack to the top team.
Yeah.
So that's kind of happening now.
That's good. There was this event that was over in Europe, and Fwiz was tweeting about it, and a bunch of people were tweeting about it, and they were like, oh, this trash talk is horrible, it's making esports look bad.
I remember that.
That was awesome. That was entertainment. As an entertainer, that is the build-up. That's that WWE like build-up to the event that draws on people's emotions, that gets them attached to the sport. I don't think some of these people in like esports have any idea what marketing is. Like it was so good. And people are like, no, it's bad. We're not going to get sponsors. Blah blah blah. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got to see that. I mean, the demographic is a lot different. I mean, video game wise, most of the people watching the damn thing is, I mean, freshmen in high school and maybe up and younger too. And we have a very young audience. So I mean, even MLG, I know freaking Puckett puckers up whenever he hears the F word or anything like that in an MLG stream, dude. They're like real critical about that stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's just a different age group, in my opinion. That might be the main thing behind it. But you have this online personality of, being the drama alert guy, keeping things flowing drama-wise, and then I think a whole new side of you came out with this bowling video.
Like the sweet...
It was like, you're like the Grinch who stole Christmas, almost.
Well, what happened was we went to, we did MLG Dallas, took my team there, they did horrible. And that was, oh my god, that was such a nightmare. But
a little side track here. The damn jerseys, man. Come on. What was that crap, dude? What was that crap?
All right, we launched a Thrust community, or not a community channel, but a Thrust sniping like community YouTube channel, like trick shotting and stuff like that, right? This guy contacts me and he's like, "Look, you guys need to have a pro team." And I'm like, okay, I'm interested in looking at that. Tell us what the deal is, because we have promotional power and we can promote a team. We have a YouTube channel with like 30,000 subscribers at the time. And he was like, I have all the sponsors set. Here's your players, and everything's all paid for. I go, all right, this is cool. So our job is to promote and make sure like there's eyeballs on streams and make sure that this team has a fan base and everything's taken care of. Well, it turns out the like little manager guy, Eric or whatever his name was completely full of crap. There were no sponsors or anything. So now I got these pro players looking at me like, what are we going to do? So I end up like flipping the bill for the whole thing. I end up like, I'm just like, whatever, this is going to be a couple $1,000s of fun, I guess, right? And we go there, and we didn't have jerseys in time because, this whole sponsorship thing that was going on. So we ended up having... on our store, I wanted to have some ridiculous item in our store for Thrust, and we have this thing called, it's like a construction vest pretty much that says Thrust Lee on it, like 1337 or whatever. And,
oh my god. And
at the last minute, I'm like, bam, these are our jerseys, let's get them. All right, and
oh my gosh.
Not Clayster, but what is his name? Censor was like, I'll do it. So I just brought him with us, and bam, it kind of happened. But then we did so bad. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, the jersey situation.
So that kind of killed that, and then after that we had PAX East, and I was in Boston. We had the Bad Kid Boston party, whatever. We rented a mansion, had a couple people there, And one of the people there was the leader of FaZe, and he was like going into detail how he was a big fan of me back in the day when I was doing the trolling stuff. Now at this point, I haven't done trolling videos or anything like that in probably about 2 years. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to come back to the scene because trolling in the YouTube scene has went to complete crap. You know what I mean? Like an FAG.
So you're the trolling prophet coming back to teach all the children.
Basically, and that
I like
is,
it. I like it.
I had to show him what's up. You know, I had to show him like you're not just an asshole to people. You're pulling a prank, and then you're letting them know it's a prank, and you're letting them off the hook. And that's the type. That's what a trolling is, right? You don't just sit there and like attack someone or bullying someone, and that's a lot of what we see today. And then there's the whole complete other spectrum of it where people are so-called trolls where they just block someone in a corner and play a troll a lol song, and that's not trolling either. You know what I mean? So there's two extremes that we see out there, which is like bullying and then fucking like soft trolling, like the equivalent of soft porn. Like we can't see any nudity, bro. That's not really porn, you know. Like, so I launched Killer Keemstar, and you know, trying to teach everyone my ways or whatever, and it started blowing up and started being really successful. And I came across this person because I started a new trolling clan called Fat with a bunch of big YouTubers and stuff. And this kid wanted to get into Fat, and he linked me this video. And I'm watching it, and I don't care who you are. If you are a human being, it pulls on your emotions so bad. Like you can't help but want to help that person, you know? So I knew FaZe well. I know all the members well. I have a couple of them on my Xbox, so it would be real easy to contact someone. So I got a hold of him, and then I gave Banks a little heads up, and we just tried to make his day. Now when I uploaded it, I thought that I was going to be teaching people like, look, there's a difference between bullying and trolling, and I was going to be teaching my 30,000 subscribers. Little do I know, this thing goes viral, front page of Reddit. It's just amazing. I can't believe that it's taken off the way it did.
Yeah. Now your video went front page Reddit, or
it was on the front page Reddit today, like Reddit.com.
Wow, really?
Okay, see, I got that mixed up then, because I thought the other one went front page Reddit, but yours went front page Reddit.
Yeah, mine was on front page. It's not there now. I'm just looking right now. It's not there now, but it was there probably about 4 o'clock today. I was like, holy crap.
That thing. I mean, it's probably touched 100,000 views by now. I'd assume it was
probably
climbing
made a
up
few
there.
people cry.
I was about 29,000 subscribers when I uploaded it, and I think I'm at like 3,500 now, or 35,000 now. So it's just it's insane. If I would have known this, I would have been nice like all these years instead of being such an asshat.
It's at 137,000 views now. Okay, I watched that video maybe an hour and a half ago. Less than that, actually. Maybe an hour ago. Maybe less than that. I don't know. But 100... So it's jumped 39,000 views in probably 45 minutes. That's freaking crazy.
Yesterday. I don't know how many it was at.
I'm not sure. I think it might be on the front page of YouTube with those type of views. I didn't see it update like that.
But, yeah. Maybe... Are you turning a new leaf now? Are you going to do nice stuff now? Or are you going to mix the bad with the good?
The whole point of me doing this channel was to not. I mean, the Keemstar from the FAG days was a fucking asshole, right? On this channel, I try to be as nice as possible, but still pull pranks and entertain people. So the new leaf has already been in the works.
That's good. I just know, the music made it, and also the other video that I thought was the best one you did was when you did it on the YouTubers doing that what is it called? What is it called when they were beating out Activision and stuff on Google search? What was that called? The whole stream or the whole search engine thing that you did, and you used the end time. You used the End Time by Hans Zimmer behind it, and then you had like... that video was great.
What the video you're talking about is Reminiscing 5 Stars.
Yeah, that's what it was. That video was great. I love that video.
Because there was a time on YouTube where you didn't like or dislike. You rate it 1 to 5 stars, and that's kind of when I started YouTube back in 2009. And back in the day, you know, your work was a piece of art, right? You made a video, it was your creation, it was art.
Right.
You titled it the way you wanted to title it, and you put it out there, and if it was good, people clicked on it. We're in a different world right now. We're in a world where people have learned the Google algorithms and stuff. So what they do is they title their video like Black Ops 2, Call of Duty, COD Ghost, special glitch, check it out, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So they have all those tags in the title.
Yeah.
So when people are searching, they click on their video. You know what I mean? And it's like just such a blatant, different, horrible world that we're in, that the guys that rise to the top are the ones that are using these tags and stuff. And instead of looking at, you know, their creation as an art form and titling it what it should be titled, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's funny because I'm not really into the whole YouTube scene thing. So like all those people with subs and all that crap, I really have no idea who they are. But because I was on your channel today just looking at all the videos because I haven't watched them all. But the last one I watched was the one on the YouTuber that had like 120,000 subs was trying to pick up Melanie Iglesias or something like that. And she replied, oh dude, that shit was funny. I would be happy that she just replied to me to tell the truth, but the fact that she just shat on him that way, oh my god.
Okay, so what we're talking about is we're talking about Ali A, and that goes back to what I just told you, right? There's this guy, his name is Ali A, right? He's from the UK, all right? And what this guy did to become, he's got like 2 million subscribers. He's huge, right?
Wow.
What this guy did is he used those tags in the titles of his videos, and he put them in the description to trick the Google search results, right? And he was able to outrank Activision. He was able to outrank Call of Duty. So when Call of Duty uploads a trailer, right? His video of him stealing the trailer from Call of Duty and uploading it on his channel is higher in the search results than Call of Duty themselves.
Wow.
By tricking the Google search results. So it's funny at the same time. It's kind of an amazing troll because you got this, you know, 16-year-old little kid over in the UK. He's probably older than that, but I'm just saying. You got this little kid over in the UK, right, that hasn't even went to college, and he has more marketing sense than this giant Activision company that can't figure out how to, you know, get their original product up to the front page. And of course they can't, you know, attack him because he's promoting their game. You know what I mean? They can't really shut him down. So he puts himself in a position more powerful than them when it comes to releasing Call of Duty news. And it's brilliant, but at the same time, people need to understand that this guy has no talent. You know what I mean? This guy doesn't have 1 million subs because he has this amazing talent. It's like a Kim Kardashian sex tape situation. So when that dude tries to hit on a supermodel, it's hilarious because he's not a rock star, he's not an entertainer. It's just some guy that, you know, manipulated the Google search results.
Wow.
Hey man, nerds get supermodels too. Don't let them out. Don't put them down.
No.
Don't put them down yet, man. It's the age of the nerd. Watch out. Watch out. All the nerds are the billionaires nowadays. They get them supermodels. Don't kid yourself. It's not the 80s anymore, Keem. It's not the 80s anymore.
I guess. I don't know.
It's possible. Wow. But yeah, the music of that video that you posted made me want to tear up. I felt so bad for him.
Well,
if I had tears, I would have cried.
Somebody asked me, they're like, oh, why did you have to add the music in? I go, because it makes the video better, you know?
Oh, the music makes the video most of the time.
I was watching the video, I hear the music, and I said, really? like, this is what's going on? That's what you're gonna do?
I'm sure a lot of people had that reaction, but it did make the video better, you know?
It did. And I feel so bad because not only does that happen to him, you have like other kids trolling to get them into phase or like Optic. You know, you run into an Optic player, a fake one, obviously, and they're like, yeah, well, I was recruited by so-and-so, and they've just been completely tricked.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. You know,
Why doesn't no one want to be in the TWR clan, man? Damn it! Where are the TWR clan tags out there, man? Come on, get it going.
One day.
If you read the comments, the number one criticism is, why is the 10-year-old even playing on Call of Duty? I'm sure we've all seen those comments if you've seen the video, right? But here, that's not really the thing that people should be focusing on.
Yeah.
It should be, where are the parents of the bullies that sat there and did this to the kid? That's what should be the comments. And I haven't seen one
Probably
comment that said that.
non-existent. Probably non-existent.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you want to run statistics, non-existent.
Yeah.
So I think that's really the question, and I don't know.
No, I mean, I don't know. They were probably those kids that get picked on at high school, so they pick on kids online that they're not afraid to retaliate. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's just like the whole syndrome. Like at MLG events, at LAN events, when all the pros get together, all the AMs, everyone gets together. I mean, everyone's pretty chill with each other. Some people might have a beef and might just turn shoulders, but mostly people are chill with each other. Everyone's nice. It's all cool. Then you get back online, and it's like they get this hard ass syndrome.
Oh, shit.
It's crazy, man.
Dude.
They get the behind the monitor badassness, and I don't understand it.
There's this saying in the YouTube scene, "Let's fight at PAX," because that's exactly how it is, right? Everyone gets loud and they want to like physically fight and stuff in the YouTube scene. When it comes to PAX, everyone, like these two dudes that were just fighting on Twitter, are best friends. It's the most ridiculous crap ever.
Wow.
Some people, I literally see it in person. They're getting hit, though. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. Actually, I'm not MLG Dallas. We had 2 fights break out. I think that's the most ever
Yeah.
at an event. So I think tensions are running high within the community.
Well, here's what I noticed in the competitive scene, right? The people in the competitive scene are like more athletic types. You know, not everyone, but for the
Not
most
everyone.
part, for the
Definitely
most part,
not everyone.
for the most part, there's way more athletic types in competitive Call of Duty than there is in like the YouTube scene. Everybody in the YouTube
Oh well,
scene
for sure.
is like a guy that sits at their computer for like 10 hours a day,
Yeah.
fat nerds. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you still, even to play competitive esports, you still have to have the reflexes. You have to have the hand-eye coordination. You have to have the whereabouts. You got to have all that stuff that a normal athlete would have. I mean, there are a few out there that don't have that athletic stature, but are still really good reflex-wise, hand-eye coordination. But for the most part, most of the top gamers are pretty athletic, so that is a huge just stereotype that needs to disappear, at least in the esports genre, I think. Because a lot of us here, I mean, me, myself, I'm skinny as a mother. I couldn't put a pound on if I tried.
I did not like the whole like backlash when the term esports started flying around during COD championships, where the YouTube community was like, "It's not a sport." Like, that is the stupidest argument. Like, if you can sit there and throw a piece of or push a piece of rock on ice to try to get it into a circle about 50 feet away,
Well,
and it's in the Olympics, then I'm pretty sure that, you know, Call of Duty can be called a sport. You know?
Hey man, curling is difficult. What are the other sports in the Olympics now that are like pretty ridiculous?
You ever see people in the Olympics playing curling? Like, this is.
Oh no, okay. There is a is it horseshoes?
No,
I think
there's
it's either it's washers. No, okay. I live in Missouri, right? So literally 5 minutes away from my house, there's like a washers Hall of Fame. I'm not even joking. It's either washers or horseshoes. I
Where
can't
they
remember which
they
one.
throw washers like in holes.
Yeah, or the horseshoes where you throw the horseshoe around that pole or what, the metal pole. Yes, there's
You
a
know what
Hall
I'm-
of Fame for that, and it's in Missouri. I'm sorry.
I'm addicted to ladder ball. Me and Blade play like ladder ball like every other night for $1 games each. Like, it's awesome. I love ladder ball. I don't know. I just kind of went a little ADD on you, but have you ever been watching like the Olympics and they do curling? You got this like overweight 40-year-old woman that looks like she's the leader of a Girl Scout camp come out on the ice looks like she's gonna fall and she's about to trip on the ice. Comes out there waddling, right? And she just pushes this stone down the ice. And
I'm
she's
telling
like,
you, the ones that have to have the skill are the guys with the brooms that have to rough the ice to slow the brick down, the block, whatever the hell it's called. Those guys, you see how fast they're moving, man? That has to be tiring at least a little bit. That brush.
Women do it too. It's insane. It's like, I can't picture. Imagine if you were walking in a supermarket and you got this 40-year-old overweight woman walking around with a gold medal. You'd be like, yeah, right. What Pawn Star did you buy that shit from? Or Pawn Store?
Pawn Star.
Thinking of Pawn Stars, the show.
Oh, that show's so fake.
They're all fake.
I hate all the reality shows that are out right now. They're so fake.
They're not. They have scripts. I mean, but getting back to esports, I guess we like to drift off a little bit, but it's all good. It's all for the show. But yeah, I mean, are you coming out to Anaheim?
We almost had a team for Anaheim, but this time I put my not being scammed feet down because it was the same situation where we had sponsors and they're all lined up, and the guy was full of crap again. So I
had him on the show.
I talked to all my pro players and I said, look, I don't want to make any guarantees with you guys because, this is what happened with Dallas. I ended up flipping the whole bill. And, I'm an asset to a team as far as promotion and stuff like that. When it comes to, like, paying for everything on top of it, it's just something I'm not interested into. But I understand it. And I understand a lot of people pay to get into this. Like, my father is a dairy farmer, and he spends all this money and he pulls tractors, right? He just wastes so much money, but he loves pulling tractors at tractor pulls. That's what he loves to do. And that's a lot of, unless you have a really successful team, it's not really for profit. It's just a love and passion for the game. And that's why I loved meeting everybody at MLG Dallas, because everybody there had a passion for what they were doing. Like it wasn't like they were out to make a profit. They weren't trying to make money. They had a passion to be there. And that's something that we lost in the YouTube community. Once every YouTube channel could make money, it's something we lost. In 2010, early 2010, and prior to that, gaming channels couldn't get partnered on YouTube. And literally people that made YouTube videos back then made them because they loved making them, because they loved entertaining people. When money got involved, it got overswamped, and the quality of the videos were absolutely horrible, and it just changed everything. Everyone has alternative motives, and I think that's really the beauty of the competitive scene is most people don't. They're there for they have a literal passion that you can see and you can hear in their voice for the game.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, money is starting to come in the equation. You can see the change just in the past 6 months. You can see the change in a lot of the players. Or at least I can.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a huge change. I mean, you just see the huge change in impact after they got that $100,000 check. Once they got that check, man, I was like, oh man, I'm king of the esports community. Watch out, badasses coming through.
It was really bad. It's
Yeah.
completely different than who they were before. They were so humble. Like, at least Haggy was a very humble person before COD Champs.
Haggy was even humble before Karma moved in with him, man. I swear. I don't know. Like Parasite did a total 180 once Karma got to California. Like, I love Karma, but something's going on with him, and something needs to happen. I'm sorry. Like, I love the dude, and he's a great player, but his attitude right now is not in the right.
I'm lost. Is Parasite still part of the original team?
It's Parasite, Karma, Killa, and Miracles.
And they're still together as a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they won EGL 9, MLG Dallas, and COD Champs. So we're on top of the world. We're the best.
That's where
I know,
right
but
now.
at the same time, they are though.
They are. It's just
their presenting is completely 180 from how they were before.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Think about that though. If you were to walk in there, right, as nobodies and come out not winning one, but 3 in a row like that.
Four.
you have to excuse me, you have to start getting a complex. I mean, there has to be, something absolutely has to change within you. Like you went from having no money to all this money and being labeled the best in the game. Like, I'm sorry, something's going to change regardless. It would take a very unique person to be able to stay the same person.
I could name a few. I mean, Big T, like essentially all of Optic that won COD XP.
They are the exact same people they were. Even Vengeance is Vengeance, he won XP, but like he hasn't done anything else. But he's still the same.
I mean, I would have to say Optic over all of Modern Warfare 3. I mean, they won the 100K to begin with, and they essentially were dominant throughout all of Modern Warfare 3.
One game they.
And I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the money, but I can't say that they had this huge complex like Impact does. I mean, seriously.
I don't really know the Optic guys that well, but the only person I've had dealings with was Nadeshot, and I can tell you right now, Nadeshot is one of the coolest dudes, and this is
exact same.
Because, okay, so he was working at McDonald's, and we were doing this like event called Billionaires Challenge out in California.
Oh yeah.
We were gonna fly him out.
I remember that crap.
I remember that too.
Oh my god, dude! That guy was bringing on ladies in bikinis, having them shake their ass on screen and shit like that. That shit was crazy.
What do you mean you can't believe? That was a show. That was entertainment.
He had like some secret room behind him. He would randomly just open up sometimes and be like, "Hey, look, I have this secret room." I was like, "Okay, cool."
Is this like what am I watching?
But anyhow, Nadeshot was going to get flown out. He was going to get he didn't have money at this time, right? He was working at McDonald's. He was going to get flown out. He was going to get paid all this stuff, right? He did not come out because he had to work and he didn't want to lose his job at McDonald's, and he was guaranteed to make money. But I wasn't like mad at him. I was like, this dude is one straight up motherfucker. Like. This dude has made a commitment with McDonald's that he's going to work at a certain date. He didn't tell him in time that because this was like a last minute thing. He didn't tell him in time that he has to go, so he's not going to come to California because he doesn't want to let down the people that depend on him at McDonald's. And as ridiculous as that seems to everyone out there,
I knew
that dude was like a straight up dude. I'm like, this dude is, and he ended up playing online. He ended up playing online and winning $5,000. And then after that, he won COD Champions a couple months later. But that was just like, I was like, this dude is fucking awesome, and success has come to him since.
But speaking about Nadeshot just briefly, I mean, he's got 13. I mean, he's 10,000 plus every time he streams on Twitch now. I mean, he's essentially like, I don't really hate to say it, but he really is kind of the face of Call of Duty esports right now. He really is. I hate to set that title on him.
Why would you hate to do that?
Because I just know the backlash that I'm going to get from some people in it, but I'm going to say it anyways. I mean, he is the face of Call of Duty right now, and the fact that he still stays so humble, I mean, even it's just funny watching his stream, all the shit he gets.
If any pro player thinks that he's not the face, you're eating jelly beans. He is the Hulk Hogan.
Jelly beans are good.
I mean,
you know what I mean? They're jelly. They're jealous. That's what I mean by eating jelly.
I know.
Like he is.
Red pill or blue
pill? The Hulk Hogan of this thing. You know what I mean?
He really is.
Yeah.
He is. Right now he is. Yep. I mean, he's got the Red Bull sponsor. He's got the YouTube channel. He's got the Twitch thing going on.
There was a couple moments where somebody did something in the Call of Duty community which just blew my mind, and I was so proud to be a part of the community. And I'm going to name my top two. One of them was when FPS Russia ended up doing the commercial for Call of Duty Black Ops.
Oh,
yeah, Black Ops 2. Yeah.
I was just like, this dude, I know, like I've talked to this dude. This dude actually uploaded a FAG, like one of my videos to his channel once we lost the channel once, we had to restart. He like uploaded a video for us and helped us promote and start it. And I'm like, I've never been so proud. I know some people are going to look at this and be like jealous, but like that made me feel good when I saw that. I was like, Call of Duty commentators have come so far, even though most people really don't know him as that, but that's how FPS Russia started. He would make Call of Duty videos.
Yeah.
And the other thing was when Nadeshot got the Red Bull contract. Like that is big. That was huge, you know, because Red Bull is like
Yeah,
the sponsor of all sponsors. You know what I mean? I don't. We're not talking about money. I'm just talking about the name Red Bull. Red Bull has been so tied up with extreme sports and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. And for someone in our gaming community to get that sponsorship, it was just I was so proud. I was like, that's awesome.
No, it's good.
He worked his ass off for that.
It's definitely good. And this new Optic house and everything, oh my god. Optic is taking over. Twitch, like Call of Duty on Twitch is getting that Optic bump now. We're no longer going to be like consistent 6th. We're going to be consistent like top 4. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. Like, think what you will, but this is great for Call of Duty.
It is.
All in general.
There needs to be a different league. I hate the league. There needs to be like
What do you mean?
one. Well, all right.
What, as an MLG or?
I don't know.
What are you talking about, league?
I think that, like, you know, I feel like teams need to have city identification to them. I feel like
Oh, yeah, you're getting like 10 years down the road, I think, right now.
Right.
No, I'm here right now. I almost see Elkie David, the billionaire. The reason why we did Billionaires Challenge, it originally started off as a league, and I had this whole business model written up. I had everything ready to go. I just needed a couple million to launch this thing, and the way I set it up is I set it up with big Call of Duty commentators as franchise owners, so the promotional power was already there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when this thing launched off, it was so-and-so's team, and then these players would end up becoming famous because people are watching it. But
Right.
it would be promoted. It would actually be promoted. And then there needs to be city, you know, identification with each team, because if I'm a newcomer and I'm looking at a Call of Duty event and, you know, I got this Optic and this Phase, and I'm like, who do I cheer for? I got no one to cheer for. You know what I mean? You don't cheer. Right now, we're dealing with kind of like a bandwagon mentality with a fan base, because there's nothing.
So is the NBA.
Well,
you know what I mean? I mean, like this thing that you see is years down the road. There's no way.
It almost happened in 2011. It almost
What?
happened in 2011.
What?
But it didn't.
What did? How?
I had Woody's gamer tag owned a team. Only Used to Be Blade owned a team. White Boy owned a team. X-Jaws had a team.
So
The
YouTubers
biggest-
owning
right,
competitive teams and then having their allocated areas where they recruit? Like, is that what you're kind of thinking here?
No, it would say like Hex. Like Hex was a part of this as well.
Like an organization owner.
Yeah, Hex had LA and Chicago. He wanted to have 2 teams, right? So he's a YouTuber, so he's big enough to promote a team. So he gets approved by the league. He gets a team. He picks the cities. He wanted Chicago and LA, right? And everybody had their own city. And basically, when the money came in, or once the deal was closed, right, we were going to launch this league, and it was already going to have promotional power. It was like every single big YouTuber. It was basically like reaching the whole Call of Duty community at once and saying, hey, my team is playing here. This is the Toronto so-and-so. This is the LA Optic, you know. It was going to take over. And we never got the freaking money to launch it. It was going to be on pay-per-view. Like, it was going to be UFC style. It was going to be amazing. And it never took off.
Yeah,
And
but so what you're doing, like, you would have team houses in each one of these cities? Is that essentially what this was going to be? And then these players would be stationed in these houses in specific cities?
These players
and stuff like that?
These players would play online every single Friday night.
But it would be an online event that would be pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, I mean, that wasn't completely finalized, but we were hoping to lean towards that way. Yeah, something like that, until sponsors came in and took over. But
Well, I tell you what, if you actually got that going, you know how many people would be bitching right now because of the Black Ops 2 connection fiasco that goes on? Oh my lord.
I'm
Right.
just telling you, you could talk to
The only way that would work is if Google Fiber spanned the nation.
Yeah.
We were so close to launching that. It was the only thing that made sense, because esports should be huge. And the reason why it's not huge is because nobody knows about it. And the only way to let people know about it is to tie it in with YouTube and YouTubers that already have the fan base sitting there. Imagine if that Ali A dude with 2 million subscribers, the guy that I told you about, had a team. He's going to be saying, hey, go to this stream, check out my team. We're no longer excited about 100,000 people watching an event live. Now we're looking at maybe a million. It could get that ridiculous if every single major Call of Duty channel had a team and promoted a team. And not only that, but there were city identifications with those teams. And that's why we came in, not just as Thrust, but as the New York Thrust. This business model is in the NFL, it's in the NBA, it's everywhere, and it works. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand why this thing that tries to call itself a sport, esports, doesn't follow the same business model that works.
I mean, but as you said earlier, the money's not there.
The money's there. These guys are doing it. I just went to an MLG event. The money's there. They're not doing what I'm, my idea. The money's there. They're already doing these events. You just had a guy on that has an event, right? But they don't set it up that way. They don't set it up in the guidelines of that business model. It just doesn't make sense.
Interesting. This is above my head though, so I wouldn't even know where to go with this.
If New York Thrust would have placed like top 8 or something like that, we would have fans that weren't our fans because they like our team. They'd be our fans because they live in New York State or they're from New York City. It just makes sense.
I mean, it would be up to all you YouTubers though to make this happen.
It was all ready to go, but we need an investor. You rich people talking. I need rich people watching.
I was gonna say you're not talking to the right person.
What happened to that Alki David guy?
Alki David just had a baby. He's doing a million different things. But the problem with Alki David is a billionaire, very successful. But the dude is a giant troll, and he wants to prank people and fuck around and. He didn't really want to take this as serious as I knew it would be and what it could be. So.
I mean, Hex is in the chat. He's saying you alienate the rest of the country. I don't know how.
I honestly, Esports Nation, I could have done it with 1 million. I could have cut it corners, And the thing is it's not that the big YouTube channels would be like taking a hit because now they have to promote esports. They would be the owner of the franchise, owners of the merchandise, owner to everything. They would also benefit. Everybody wins. And if you're going to try to create some type of group effort that's going to be a success, everyone has to benefit from it. And I don't see how anyone loses here. But
try and make it happen. Show up to MLG Anaheim.
Find me an investor. I've been working 2 years trying to find one. You find me one.
Oh man, it's putting a lot on my shoulders. I'm gonna toss that. It's hot potato right now. Hex, tossing the potato to you, bro. Tossing the potato to you, man.
Oh, Hex knows.
I'm putting the future of Call of Duty esports in Hex's hands. Said it here first.
Good.
Right there for you, Hex. All of it's to you. All of it's on you, bro.
And here's the beauty behind Hex, right? Is some people might think, well, Keemstar, you have a really amazing idea. That's a really good idea. Maybe I think that would work. Well, the proof that it works is that Optic Hex owns Optic. You know what I mean? That's the proof. We have YouTube and we have a pro team working together in sync, and it is the most popular team there is. That's
like 2 years of growth, though. I mean, everybody would be essentially 2 years behind Hex if, any YouTuber that would try to start this up. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
That's what... No, they wouldn't?
Well, not really, because
unless you're Envy or someone else.
When did Optic get into esports?
I would say almost...
Modern Warfare...
Was it beginning of Black Ops 1?
Yeah, Black Ops 1.
Like, wasn't it essentially Black Ops 1? Like, maybe a little before the release of Black Ops 1 that Optic... I don't know. Hex is in the chat. Hex, why don't you just jump in the freaking Skype call right now? Yeah, 2010.
And what was... And see, this is the one thing. By 2010, I guaranteed that they had 100,000 subscribers at least. He already built that YouTube dynasty with his sniping team. I don't know how.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't. But the viewership wasn't for competitive Call of Duty.
It was for
took
sniping.
like it took them 3 years to
He
finally.
He had 250,000 subscribers when he launched a competitive team. Now you tell me right now what.
Yeah, and and the viewership for Black Ops 1 was shit.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What competitive team has that kind of backing behind them?
No, Optic.
That's it. FaZe, we're starting to see FaZe community team get a little push. That's because they have a giant, channel supporting them. You know what I mean? This dude right here, Optic Hex, is a fucking genius, right?
Yo, do not inflate his ego any more than it needs to be inflated,
But
okay?
he is. You know, it's not that I'm, like, kissing his ass or anything. What he has done is brilliant, and I don't understand why that isn't done on a massive scale for the whole league where everyone benefits. You know what I'm saying? This dude straight up went Illuminati, fuck you, I run
He did. Hex is essentially the man. I mean, he is. He's the man behind the curtains. He's pulling all the strings right now. And people, I don't know, maybe people are starting to follow in his footsteps. Phases, like you said. Some of these other YouTube, I mean, it seems like all the sniping clans are essentially following in his footsteps, is what it seems like right now. None of the really big YouTubers, though, they're still staying tailored to their audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because people come to watch those videos for their pub, their 100 and O's, their bullshit pub star crap that is annoying to watch, but people like that stuff, and it's getting them to transfer over is what's hard, because they're making money now. They're making good money off the crap they do, and if they switch to something that half their audience won't like, that's hurting their wallets.
I feel like if you took a team like the Parasites team, right, and you attach that to a city and you attach that to a YouTuber, let's say it's White Boy's team or whatever, and White Boy calls his team the GOATs. So now Parasite's team is now the MLG GOATs or whatever you want to call themselves, right? All of a sudden, these dudes start streaming. I guarantee they start having 6,000, 7,000 people watching live, and it just keeps on building from there because the promotional power is behind it.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone would really touch that team right now except Evil and Icons. Like, that's what I said before. If it wasn't for Ego and APOC, Impact would be
nothing.
They would be, they wouldn't have anybody behind them. They would be going to events off of their prize winnings. That would be it. And that's one thing that they don't understand. Like, they don't understand, like, yes, you made all this money, but your image is more important in the long run than that money that you made. And that's something they're not grasping. The way their mind is working is they could care less what other people think of them. They're going to be them. And it's like, okay, well, be you behind closed doors. I don't. Okay, you love that. Be yourself behind closed doors and act a certain way. Like, you act differently on Twitter and in the public image. That's what I'm saying.
I know that I'm not like everyone. I know that I have a different. When it comes to me being a fan of something, I'm a fan of drama, obviously, right? So when there's this player out there that's like, I don't give a fuck, like, I'm just gonna fucking kick your ass, like, I don't care about what you think about me, like, kind of like the bad guy that's just gonna go and fucking do work and win. Like, I love that.
I mean, it's good for short-term entertainment.
But if if he keeps winning, it doesn't matter. He could be the biggest.
I mean, what happens when they don't winning?
I mean, unless it's only fine if they win every event, but once those winnings deteriorate and they have no money from winnings, it's gonna be, oh, I ran out of money. Oh, now I gotta get a sponsor to pay for flight, this and that. Oh wait, no one wants to represent me because I will tarnish their brand that they've worked years in creating. So wait, I'm screwed. I'm not going to events anymore, and goodbye esports.
I just got threatened by the Illuminati.
Oh god. Oh god, the Illuminati's here.
No, but I don't know. That's the one thing that does appeal to me is when some people just don't give a fuck. Because if you, like I said before, if you can maintain just winning over and over again, you're still on top. You're still on top. It don't matter what, you know. Shit, I gotta turn this phone off.
Damn, dude, your shit's blowing up.
Getting drama alerts over here.
Honestly, they couldn't. I don't think Freako. I don't. Or Freako. I'm calling him Freako all the way. Impact.
They're not going to keep winning. Especially when the next game comes, they're not going to keep winning.
You don't want them to keep winning because they're the bad guys. You know what I mean?
I don't care. Like, I'm just saying that it's a different game eventually, and everyone's catching up. And if you've noticed, well, you probably haven't, but they've slowly gotten closer and closer to losing.
But they're still winning.
But when they don't is what I'm saying.
No, that's my point. Like right now they might not care about sponsors because they have the money to flip the bill themselves. Like they said, like before they went to E3, I remember Parasite or someone from Impact it might have been Karma actually. He seemed to be doing a lot of stupid stuff back then. He was like, yeah, the only reason I'm going to E3 is because I got 100K. Like that's the only reason I'm going. Like they're gonna spend this money. They're going to spend this money to travel and stuff like that. That's why they don't care right now. But when that money starts dwindling, like,
they're going to be hungry again.
Next season,
they're going to be hungry like they were hungry before, and they're probably going to just keep on winning. That's the one thing.
I'm sorry. No.
You know how I said, like, basically, like, if you don't think Nate Shot isn't the face of esports and Call of Duty, like you're just eating jelly beans. It's the same thing with Parasite. If you don't think that these guys aren't the best people in the game, you're just eating jelly beans. They've proved it.
No, I agree. They are the best in the game. I say that time and time again, that they are the best in the game. Gameplay-wise, it's image-wise, they're the worst right now. But I guess people don't care about it.
Yeah.
I understand about that.
That's fine. Don't care about it.
What?
Some people care about it. EG cared about it.
Yeah.
Yo, I pulled a prank on Ego the other day. I wonder if he's mad at me. I see him in the chat. I haven't talked to him since.
Oh, you care to elaborate?
Well, there was this there's this player, and oh my god, now I can't remember his name. We do this thing called an Operation False Hope every once in a while, and it's where we get a stream going on YouTube. We get like 1,000 people in there, and then what we do is we just jump into a random stream with only like three or four people watching, you know, and we tell them some big YouTuber like sent us. So let's say it's like Minecraft, you know, all of a sudden.
Oh, you did that the other night, man. You were freaking bombing all these Twitch channels.
Yeah, well, we went on Burnsoft's channel. And I think he had like 30 people watching or something. Maybe he just started a stream. I don't know what his viewership is, but
that's pretty normal.
We heard that he just got off of Ego's team, so we're like, Ego kicked you out. Ego City kicked you out. Paul kicked you out. Like, Paul's like stumbling on Twitter. He's like, Keemstar's trolling, dude. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, you guys were doing that one night, man. It was like every 10 minutes you would hit a different stream. They'd jump up to like 1,000 viewers, then the people in the chats would be going crazy, and then you would hit another stream, and it was like, what is going on right now? The fluctuation of viewers is insane right now. Oh man, I've never seen stream bombing so coordinated.
Yeah, I used to love doing that in 2010. Just now that I got this like trolling little team together, we kind of brought it back. It's fun. Nobody gets hurt. You know, it's just all in good fun.
Yep. Oh man, so hour and a half into the show. Wondering anything else? I'm thinking I'm about ready to close out the show. Anything else you want to say, Keemstar? Anything else you came on here to say? We talked about the whole bullying thing. Talked about a little.
It's such an honor that this is like the 1 year anniversary and you've had me on, and I'm so humbled to be on this show. And thank you very much.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man. You finally watched the show now, and the first show you watched, you were actually on. So how does that work out? You got to come back every Wednesday now.
I met Diesel at MLG Dallas, and it was in a bar, and oh my god, I got wasted that night. But anyhow, I meet him, and he's like, "Hey, you're like copying what I'm doing," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, the rant, and I'm like, dude, I want to see it. Like, I want to be a part of it. So I don't know when that was.
I don't do that anymore though. That was back in the good old days where it was literally every Wednesday I would expose and roast somebody else, somebody new.
Oh.
But, yeah, I changed. Actually, I started a new podcast.
He turned a new leaf.
No, I didn't. Okay, I turned a new leaf, but on Mondays now I have a new show called Being Frank, where it's about me just speaking my mind on what I see in this community. So it's more back. It's like the middle ground between my new self and my old self. It's a healthy medium, I should say. So it's kind of like what you did with Drama Alert, changing back from the Halo days.
I was so incredibly impressed with your showmanship at the start of the show and the way you have this whole setup. Like that little intro that you do.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I appreciate it. That means a lot coming from you.
You need to share your graphics guy with me.
Do I? Do I need to share my graphics guy with you? I keep him locked away, man. Lock and key. I keep him hidden.
Like all of Hex's secrets.
Yes, exactly.
Any advantage.
Everyone needs their guy. You know, you have that guy. Okay, that puts you above the others. No, actually, if you want to know who does the intro, it's ESPL_excuse me. I'll actually link his Twitter in here. Give him a follow. He does great work.
I will so follow him and talk to him. That's awesome.
That's his Twitter right there. Give him a follow. He's actually going to be making a new one for me here shortly too. So, yeah, that's the guy that does the intro for me. It's interesting. It's good. He does great work. I just kind of told him. I gave him like, okay, this is what I want in it, and then he made that himself. I love guys like that.
Dude, it came out really good. I want to work with him. Yo, I don't know if my Twitter's hacked, but I want to ask someone else while I'm thinking about it. When I type into Twitter to go tweet something, this thing comes up. It's like hack at I4jackoff or something like that. Is anyone else? Is that like
That's only you, bro.
So somebody has hacked my Twitter. Okay.
Possibly. Yeah, you might want to get that checked out.
Here, let me show you a screenshot. Like, this is what happens when I go to tweet. Whoa. Oh, it went away because I tried to click a Gaizo. I don't know. Maybe I'll show you off air, but
I'm actually giving away an Elgato pretty soon, guys. So, what the hell? Viewers are dropping now because the show's getting over? Oh, man. I don't know if I want to give this away. I don't know if I want to give this away anymore. I'm just kidding. I'll give it away. I'll give it away in 5 minutes. So, actually 3 minutes at 8:40, which is 9:40 Eastern. Tweet it out. I want to get to at least 300 viewers to give this away because, honestly, like, you know the thing came before I turned the new leaf, man. I was getting like upwards to 600 to 800 viewers each show talking bullshit, and then I actually turned the leaf and just give news on current events in the community, bring on people that people can't normally get a hold of or talk to, and then they get to ask them questions on the show and stuff like that. And the viewership drops tremendously, and it irks me. It pisses me off knowing
Wait a minute. Did you just prove my point?
Yeah, I did. I mean, no, I know it to be true too. It's just it pisses me off though.
That's why they need to let trash talk in the competitive scene. Like, I want to see these dudes F you, F this, I'm better than you, suck my whatever before games happen, because that is entertainment. People care about that. People want to see that. They get emotionally attached to that situation.
But it just pisses me off. Like I prepare a great show every Wednesday. I put work into it. Before that, I would have 2 shows a week, literally plan it like 20 minutes before we frickin' went live with 800 viewers, and it was just complete utter bullshit. Like, I spewed shit from my mouth, literally. And now I put on these good shows that inform people on what is going on in Call of Duty, and no one really gives a shit. And it blows my mind.
People don't care because that guy on YouTube that meta tags everything, he's got the information out first. So
that's true too. But I'm actually bringing the people that give the information on the show. Like, you hear it straight from their mouth.
You know what I like about your show though is when you do your show, there might not be a lot of people here, but the people that are here are all like ballers, like all known people. Like there's so many like known people here that I just seen in the chat.
That is the one good thing. I got quality in the viewers. I do. I will admit that.
Quality
So essentially, you know, you getting news out and you getting stuff that people don't know, you know, that does trickle to them, and then through them, I'm sure it trickles to more people. So.
Oh, for sure. It is the trickle effect. Just looking in the past, man. I've hurt so much in viewership since I changed, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm here to stay.
Honestly, what you need to do is you need to work with Nadeshot, and you got to say, look, Nadeshot, I'm trying to do this show, and it's basically Call of Duty and all the stuff that's coming to esports, and I need to know when you're not streaming. And then
he's always streaming. I would have to stream literally at 10 at night or something
The Weekly
like
Rant
that.
would be in the morning.
Yeah, it would be in the morning. It would be a morning news show. It'd be like, "Good morning, Call of Duty. This is the Weekly Rant with your daily update." It'd have to be like a half-hour show, dude. Oh,
you know,
man.
he'd work with you if you said, "Look, can I have 1 hour a week at nighttime?" He'd work with you.
Well, for all of Optic streaming, he's still pulling good viewers with all of Optic streaming.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen pro players have 30 viewers.
Or just get Nadeshot on the show. Bam.
Yeah, that's true. I've had him on a couple times back in the day. He doesn't watch it though, and he actually came at me on Twitter one time because I was talking about Image or something like that, and he thought the show was still about all the drama. Like, I basically just fueled the fire with the last show, with drama and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought that's still what it was, and I was like, dude, it hasn't been that for literally like 3 or 4 months. Like, you don't. I turned the leaf, man. I turned the leaf.
Yeah, well, 3 or 4 months is a long time to change an image. That's not enough time.
I guess not. But all right, it is time. I passed it. I'm gonna give away this Elgato now.
I'm gonna take off. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Hey, man, thanks for coming on. For sure.
It was nice meeting you, Sam.
You too.
Alright, that was Keemstar, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so it's fruit machine time. I haven't done the fruit machine in quite some time, actually. Man, that Keem guy is crazy. You know how crazy it'd be to have like an esports team and stationed in cities?
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
That would be a feat. I wouldn't see it happening literally for another 5 to 10 years. I did say I was going to bring Prophet on. Is he still in the chat? I forgot all about that. Why weren't you hitting me up on Skype, Prophet?
Yeah, it's all your fault, Prophet.
Yeah, Prophet. No, because I like the fruit machine. The fruit machine is mine. It's mine. It's unique to TWR. I don't use the stupid Google Chrome app
that
edition
thing is awesome.
crap. Yeah, I know, but everybody uses it. It's not unique. I try to be unique. I go out of my way to be unique, even. Like, come on. I gotta do all this extra work to even make this work. Okay, oh, it's ready. Alright.
He said didn't want to bother you.
What, is he still in the chat?
Yeah, that's how I know he said he didn't want to bother you.
Excuse me. Alright. Let's get it going. Add. Screen region, boom. Oh, it's fruit machine time. Okay, so I got all the people in here. See them all 300 and some odd of you, I think, now.
286.
Whatever, there's like 294 when I did this. There's like 294 when I did this, so we know everyone's in here, then that's good.
Do mods get in on this?
Alright. Meow, one dogfish? What the hell, dude? Okay.
There he is!
Oh, wow. Okay, this is the first time in the past, like, 2 months the first guy that won was actually in here.
Look, he's so happy.
Alright, dude. Well, you're the lucky winner of an Elgato gaming device, and I hope, like, you actually have the stuff to use this, honestly, because I don't want to give it to someone that's not going to use it. That's the
randomly.
thing. He just came at random too. What the hell? Wait, you have the stuff to run it? Alright, bro. You've been wanting one? Well, this is your lucky day, bruh. So, for that, you guys, just go, or actually, Meow One Dogfish, message me over Twitch. A Twitch message with your full name and mailing address, and I'll mail this out tomorrow. And you will have it next week. Alright, bro.
Woo! Go Meow One Dogfish. Whatever that means.
Does that sound
How do
good,
you
bro?
come up with that? How do you come up with that name? Meow One Dogfish.
He's still here. Oh.
Very creative, very creative.
Here, I'll bring Brian on for a couple seconds since the show's getting to the end. We've had people over for like an hour now. I was supposed to go upstairs and meet him.
Nice.
Screw people. Right? Yeah, screw people. No, it's not rigged. I promise. I promise it's not rigged.
Well, hello. It's always rigged. It's rigged for
Hello.
Epic, dude.
Yeah, what's up,
Hi, Sam.
Brian? So,
Hi,
for all the
what's
people in here, if you don't know, Brian is like the founding member of the TheWRant. Me, him, and this douchebag
What's up?
started it back in the day that I will not name.
Who was the douchebag?
Yeah, I'm not. I said I won't name him.
Oh.
Come on, Jared. Everybody knows that you were the douchebag.
Oh,
No,
that's right.
no, this guy was a bigger douchebag, if you can even believe that. If you can believe there's a bigger douchebag out there than me, that's him. Okay? I mean, that dude, he hacked the TheWRant Twitter account, first of all. He took that from me. He took that shit from me, which is fine. It's fine now, but back then, dude, I was so pissed, dude. I was about to hang it up.
But you didn't. You persevered.
But
You made
I
it
did.
through.
I did. I persevered. I did persevere. But yeah, man, what's going on this weekend's UMG Halo?
Dude, yep. UMG Halo this weekend. Gonna be streaming it on our channel. If you're out in the Chicagoland area and you want to make it out,
I'll
feel
be
free to
seeing
stop
you.
by. Also, are you gonna stop by?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a
Hell yeah.
that's a 4.5 hour drive, dude. And it's
Well,
Halo.
It's only like 20 minutes.
How many teams are there?
I think we have right around 32 teams, but
that's
you
a-
know, there's
that's a
still
pretty
some
good
that could
turnout.
come in through the door, like we do at all the other events.
That's a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, it's not bad, man. It's not bad. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we've been working on some stuff with it, and hopefully we can make it be okay for the people. I know Halo kids are really kind of picky about what they get. So,
They're prima
Hopefully.
donnas.
yeah.
They are. They're still picky even though their game's dead. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. It's dead.
It's pretty dead.
It's dead. The only time it
Oh.
breaks 1,000 viewers is if a tournament's going on. That's dead. It
I
rarely
will say
breaks like
this
500.
though. Did you see that we announced our next Call of Duty tournament?
Yeah, in Atlanta in August, mid of August.
Yeah. 9 through 11.
I'm interested to see the turnout in Atlanta. That's an
We've had
interesting
a lot of
that's an
interest for it.
interesting location.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of interest for it. A lot of people talking about it.
Probably
we'll
will
have-
not be at that one. Very far
Yeah.
away.
well,
It's
yeah,
very
that
far
is-
away.
That's pretty far away for me too.
it's possible.
That's good though.
But yeah, we should
I mean,
have,
it
we
fills
should have
that
more
gap.
info up on the website after Halo this weekend. So the following week on the website, just if you're interested, go ahead and go to one more.
I hope that I just hope that we get more top teams to this UMG event since there are really no events in August except for UMG. I'm pretty sure there might be.
Yeah, somebody.
Is it?
What's this been floating around? MLG has something in Orlando, but it's not.
That's in
like
September, I thought.
September.
Yeah, well, someone said that wasn't actually there. They weren't actually going there.
I don't
But
know.
why would,
He
but why
wasn't
would it
gonna be
be
there.
booked out?
Yeah, the
That's-
convention, like it's on that. I don't
Has
know.
to be
I don't know.
down.
Just
What's
don't
happening?
believe anything until MLG tweets it out. But I'm
Yeah.
saying it's in Orlando in September. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But who knows? But I just hope to see at this UMG. I hope to see more pro teams there.
I hope so too, man.
More than just Impact and Envy. I want to see Optic there. I want to see VVV there. I want to see all of them there, really, because it's that gap. There's no other tournament going on. I mean, essentially only 4 NA teams are going to Gfinity, so I think those teams might get... It's in middle of July, July 12th to 14th. But yeah, if a lot of pro teams go there, then I'll probably be there. Cause then,
I'm hoping a lot of teams show up.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I mean, it's a good midway point. It keeps people going, keeps them on the grind, you know. It's a tournament. You can come out and win money. So
Yeah.
Has the prize pool been decided yet for it? 10K again?
Actually, I don't know that at this point. I imagine it's going to be another 10K unless we have a high demand. I imagine if we have a high enough demand and we can sell enough tickets, then we consider raising the prize pool. But as of right now, I would assume it's a 10K. Don't quote me on it. I don't know.
Yo, who teamed out Meow One Dogfish? What the hell? Wasn't that guy the winner of the Elgato? Why would you ban the winner of the Elgato? I'm gonna unmod the person who ever banned the winner of the Elgato. Who was it? Fess up. Who are the mods in here right now, actually? Who are the mods?
There's a shitload of them.
I know. Okay, we got... It was definitely that iProfit guy.
I know, he's a douchebag.
It was probably Gambit, dude. It was definitely Gambit. I know you, Gambit. It was definitely you, bruh. You in that Razor chat right now with Bio and Nubs all talking about the show. Yeah, it was one of you retards. It was probably Nubs. But, was it Lizardboo? I didn't even see Lizardboo's name there. Did I look over it? Oh, she is in here. Yeah, it was Lizardboo. I blame Melissa. But yeah, I said I was going to bring you on, I'll bring you on. I forgot about it, to tell you the truth. You should have frickin' Skyped me when you came into the chat, and I would have brought you on.
Dude, you guys were really deep in your conversation, so I didn't want to bother you guys. It was actually really good to listen to Keemstar talk about that stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting. First time having him on. It was very interesting.
I got to spend like 3 or 4 hours with him at the airport, and we just kind of all just hung out and bullshitted there, and he's a really stand-up guy. He's nothing like his Keemstar persona.
It's a personality, man. It's your personality.
Yeah, he's
just
a really
like,
good guy.
okay, this is my persona. I am a douchebag. That's my persona, okay? I'm not really a douchebag in person.
Yeah, you are.
Come on now.
Yo, man, I don't want the masses to know I'm the same offline as I am online. The hell?
Oh, right? You have to build up that ego a little bit. Just fucking
Yeah. It is hard for me to fit through doors.
Wow.
But I've been sitting here for 2 hours, man. This is a long-ass show, and I'm ready to get up and take a piss, and actually maybe go get something to eat here in a second, so.
And play some
thanks
Neverwinter.
for bringing me on, man. It's good to
1 year anniversary, man. The 1 year freaking anniversary. Like, can you believe that I've been doing this for a year? I can't believe that I've been doing this for a year.
It's crazy. Happy anniversary.
A fucking year. Like, what is wrong with me? Why am I doing this? A year I've been sitting here every week talking Call of Duty.
How many times have you just sat and questioned and been like, why do I support the scene?
Every day? Every freaking day? It's like, I'm serious, dude. Once school starts back up in August and I'm busy with class again, it's gonna be one of those pivotal moments in the TheWRant again. Like, am I gonna keep doing this, or am I gonna just focus on school and get my degree? That's gonna be the pivotal moment.
I know you're going hard with it now. You're doing what, like 3, 4 shows?
Oh, 3 shows a week, man. I plan on having a show every day of the week. That's my ultimate plan, to have a show every day of the week.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with me on it, but a show on this channel every day of the week. That's my ultimate plan.
What happened to your EU edition?
Too many DDoSers and the time barrier and all the other shit that went into it. I would have to get someone to host it from the EU, so it was just too much at the time. I mean, I hope that it's possible that it'll happen in the future. Like I said, I want to show every day of the week, so.
Right.
It's something I'm trying.
I watched Being Frank on Monday. It totally reminded me of like the beginning. The beginning.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, be looking TWR Network in the future, guys. Not even kidding. It's no longer going to be the TheWRant. It's going to be TWR Network, and it's going to go from there. That's my vision for this. I mean, hopefully it'll kick off here. I've been doing this for a year. I mean, I guess here goes to the next year, right? I should have a toast or something. I should have a bottle of champagne with me, but I don't.
For many more years to come, and eventually pop it.
Yeah.
You know?
But thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. I'm closing off. I really got to take a piss. I really do. I can't sit here any longer. But come back this Sunday, the community's voice, where everybody is invited. If you have Xbox Live and a mic, and then every Monday now is Being Frank with myself and Mr. Bio right there in the chat. Give him a follow. It's SG_Mr. Bio. Me and him, Being Frank. It's the most realistic and straightforward show that has ever hit Call of Duty. And I'm not kidding, it really is. If you didn't see the first episode, go to the YouTube, scroll down in the new Twitch channel, overlay or outlay. If you're on that, just click that overlay. I got overlay on the mine. But go do that. Go subscribe. Go check it out. It's an eye opener, believe me. I already got one person livid at me, and he blocked me on Twitter and blocked me on Skype and everything. So, but he actually changed his ways and said he would no longer tweet stupid shit. So it's working. Okay. It is working already. First show, first victim, first whatever. I'm out of words right now. Okay, I've been sitting here too long. But guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm ending it. Come back this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the community's voice. Peace out.
Diesel out. You remember that?
I do.